I'm going to discuss this. Meron tayong mga pages. We have what we call the essentials, which is the pages itself. If you click on that, this will enable you to see all of the pages inside of your main page. In our example, nung pinili natin, when we created this theme, it has default on using the Behance integration, right? So how can I disable this? For example, I don't want people to see my Behance account. Let's say I want to build another account on which this one is from another source. Let's say I have saved a lot of files. In my example, if I go to Finder, I have on my desktop a Adobe Portfolio demo files. Okay, I just prep this for you guys. Pero to make this short, I just created the homework behind the scene. Let's say ang homework ko is I created the bio notes for my portfolio. Not that one. Okay, I've created some let's say sample logos, the 3D works that I do. Meron na siya nandito. So this one is experimental or practice files. Okay, you can definitely create something like this. The important thing is that you created it by your means. Okay, by your own preferred thing. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize this or yeah. So let's go to our pages and how can I disable this Behance integration? Let's go back here. This left side enables you to navigate and edit your Adobe Portfolio page. Okay, and as you would see here, they also have this option on which when you hover or you place your mouse, you can definitely jump into the settings already agad-agad or automatically. Okay, so let's talk about that later. Another one is, again, if I want to disable all of this, I can go to the integrations. Okay, so by default, this one is connected to your Behance account. If I uncheck this, you would see that it will prompt you that you're going to disable your Behance integration. In our case, let's just disable this. We're going to create this from scratch, right? Okay, so right now, when I disable that, this is also a way for you to check your integrations for Adobe Lightroom. So if you have your account set up on Adobe Lightroom, lalabas siya. Okay, let's go back to integrations, as you would see here. This one, on my new page right now, it doesn't have any content that relates to Behance. Okay? And another one, if you have a contributor account, dito nyo siya itatap, integrate. Okay, so let's go back here. We have discussed the pages. If I click on the pages, it doesn't contain anything because we have disabled the Behance integration. Oh, let's go to themes. Let's say, naisip nyo magbago uli ako ng isip. I change my mind again and then choose another theme. You can definitely do so. Okay? The only caveat or the only thing that I would like to give emphasis on this is that when you created small changes on your design and you switch from one theme to another, that small changes doesn't reflect on that. Okay? You have to be very careful on that. For example, you change the style for the font, the header, the paragraph. Binago nyo yan. When you switch to another theme, this will default to the settings, the paragraph styles that is implemented on the next theme that you have that you have selected. Okay? So I'm just going to stick to Martha. Okay, so let's go back here into Martha. And then I'm going to show you this. We have what we call the settings. The settings enables you to do a lot of things. For example, if I want to tie it into another subdomain or create my own subdomain or purchase my own subdomain or domain na lang pala, domain, or connect to my domain, you can just do this in this setup. If you go to settings, you can just do this. Okay, for example, if I want to customize my web page, let's say rmbanyes.myportfolio.com. Let's click on apply. As you would see, this would be my address right now. Oh, maling spelling. That's the wrong spelling. Banyes at .myportfolio.com. Okay, so this one's already implemented. Another one is that I promised kanina that if you go to password protection, you can password protect your whole website using this. I'm just going to zoom in, okay? Zoom in. You go to password protection, password protect your whole website. You can put the password here. So no one can access it beyond you. Okay? Yan. And then, a lot of things also. You can put your favicon, for example, as you would see here, if you have a favorite icon that you want to put on your branding, you can put it here. Social media thumbnails, you can also put it there. Search optimizations, if you are into SEO, you can definitely put this here on the meta description and meta keywords. If you don't want to index this website as sa mga search engines, you can just disallow this. Okay? But in our example, in practical SEO, mas maganda i-index natin siya. Okay. If you want to embed analytics, such as Google Analytics, you can just put it here. Or if you want to anonymize your IP address, you can just do it here. So there is a lot of things here that would go beyond our scope. So let's just focus on this. Password protection, if you want to password protect, and the domain name. Okay, this one. Ito muna yung pag-usapan natin. Okay, so let's click on done. You can just create any subdomain here. Huwag niyong gagayahin yung pangalan nakalagay dyan. Just make your own. Okay, click done. So that's how the settings work. Okay, this one is the main, which is essentials.